Hey everyone, this is Alex.
This is Bashka. We're the full Odyssey, and this is episode, what was it, 48?
48, 49? Something like that. I don't know. Any- okay, so the reason why we forget is because this episode we watched Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's the reason why we forget?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Right. So, as you can tell, the general consensus of what people thought about this movie was that it was kind of like meh, bleh, bland, right?
I agree.
I kind of had a feeling that Boschka wouldn't enjoy this as much either.
The thing is, like, I don't know, the main character wasn't very good.
What do you mean?
I don't know if it's the portrayal, I don't know if it's the acting. I don't think it's the acting, it's just the portrayal of the main character is not interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
But on the contrast, like, everything else, though. Like, everybody else, the enemy, not the main enemy, like the... Oh, spoiler alert from... But the who's the green guys? The shapeshifters.
yeah, like the
Most of them have interesting personality, right?
yeah.
Nick Fury is interesting too. Even the best friend, what's her name too?
Oh,
Was
Monica.
also really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think it's because of the rewrites or something. Because you can tell, like, there's some hints of her personality, where she's kind of like the confident, snarky person. And then when she does like the dramatic bits or whatever, she's kind of just like,
Flop.
yeah, kind of looks like a cardboard. Just doesn't feel right. It doesn't fit in. But I don't.
Yeah, I really don't know what else to say either.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
They
like a
just they
studio
just don't
meddling.
shine. Like
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I think that's the part that I found. Well, one of the part that I find really like unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the main character didn't help the movie at all. Like I
Ah.
think the setting, the time setting, like how they go to the past now,
Mm-hmm.
and then how show everything was back and what like way back then, right? Even you said it too that they used the de-aging technology to make Nick Fury and what's his name again? The other
Coulson.
Coulson, that's right. To make them younger and then whatever, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Until you mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. That can't be just a face mask.
Well,
Yeah, and I thought that was cool, right?
like the special effects, the technology was that they used was pretty impressive.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, another thing is that, like, when they actually portray the Earth at that moment, they kind of give the hint of, like, the sepia colored, the light brown, huey, those old age feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was the theme of most of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And other than the time when they went to the space, of course, and just to give the feeling that this is the past, yo.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some bits that I enjoyed,
Hmm.
but overall, like I don't know, good chunk of it, I just thought it was okay at best.
I guess okay. I don't know. I kind of saying like okay is a bit
It's
high. I don't think that was okay. I was like, the thing is like, the setting was great. Like the
Mhm.
effort they put to make the atmosphere of what it is. Like what I'm saying, the 80s
Yeah.
feels good. Like they even had like those old arcades, those old bar kind of thing with like all this old classic toys and kids games and whatever. Right? I thought that was really cool. Like and like the side characters are like really great. It's just that I don't know because the main focus, which is the main character, was just really bland and boring. I think that's the and the enemies too, like those Kree people.
Yeah.
They are just boring.
But I don't think it's their fault though. I think it's mostly the script. But
Yeah, well, I'm not saying the actor or whatever. No, I'm not
yeah.
saying that. It's just the portrayal of them is just really boring.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think that's what makes this movie a drag.
I think so. I think they could have done it better because I know this movie is because this is like the very first female Marvel movie that's solo female Marvel movie. So I guess they wanted to hype it up and like girl power and all that, which I'm all
Oh
for.
yeah, I guess. Oh, wait, Oh, the Black Widow was never. No. I guess there's no movie with just
Yeah, there's
solo
no
Black
Black
Widow, eh?
Widow. Yeah. See, now that's the thing I was gonna say is that I hated how they just shoved Captain Marvel in here when it should have been Black Widow's movie.
Is it? Is it supposed to be Black Widows?
No, I'm saying they should have had Black Widow instead of Captain Marvel. I know why they
Why?
put Captain Marvel in here instead. Because
No. Like, why do you think it's Black Widow would have
no,
done
because
well?
no, because Black Widow is the first Avengers in the MCU. One of the first Avengers.
Okay.
So she should have her first movie first before anyone else if they're
Well,
gonna.
no offense to Black Widow fans, but what is she gonna do to Thanos?
I mean, they could have just had a side mission like, oh, what are you doing? Like the Black Widow movie that just came out recently. That
Yeah.
should have been here instead of Captain Marvel.
Like I've never watched that one, so I don't know
Yeah.
what's in that movie. I don't know what kind of special ability because sorry, from what I know, Black Widow is just a lady with some lucha libres and some cool gadgets sometimes.
Well, no, the thing
Would
is, the plot point for Black Widow is that
Mm.
it takes place after Infinity War, but before Endgame, I believe. No, sorry, after Civil War, before
Yeah.
Infinity War.
So that means there should be another movie before Infinity War then for
But
Black Widow, right?
I don't know. It
That one's
doesn't
supposed to
matter.
go in there,
Well,
right?
the point is, they should have had a Black Widow movie first instead of this Captain Marvel movie. Not saying
How
Captain
would that
Marvel.
change anything though?
Well, I'm not saying like. The thing is, okay. The reason why they put Captain Marvel in here
Yeah.
is because they needed a threat that's or like a power level that's big enough to handle Thanos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but they don't need to because they have Thor already.
But Thor got his ass handed a couple of times already, right?
Yeah, but he had this Stormbreaker, so he was able to defeat Thanos with.
True, but I don't know. I've kind of watched Endgame too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even with the whole group together, Thanos still just whack people left and right as he pleased.
Yeah, I think
So,
that's a power inconsistency thing again.
well, don't bring that up right now. We'll go there at the nitpick. We don't want to bring that up right now.
Okay, so overall, overall, what did you think?
For me, if you ask me whether I enjoyed or not, my answer is not so much.
I thought that was okay. It's
It
like,
was okay, but like
yeah,
I don't know, even if it's okay, because for me, I don't know. For when it's a movie, the thing that needs to shine the most is the protagonist and the antagonist,
yeah,
because that's where the story lives, right?
yeah, yeah,
They are the main part of the story, right?
yeah, yeah.
If they don't shine, doesn't matter how embellished and how beautiful the rest of the whole setting is,
Mm-hmm.
it won't be interesting, and that's exactly what happened in this movie, right? So I just yeah, that's the thing. Like, that if there's anything, if I felt about this movie, it's more like how do you feel? Like it's so close. Like it's almost there. Like it could have been a great movie. Like I think okay, with all the settings and everything, it could have been a great movie. It's just the main meat of the movie wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it just I wouldn't even call it. It's an okay. That's
Well, the thing is,
it's a disappointing.
I like the theme of the movie, which is like, uh, what's it? I don't know, like Carol has the power within her the entire time, and like people are holding her back because they're telling her like she can't do this. When
All right.
throughout her life she was able to just get back up on her own, kind of thing. Like she didn't let anyone
Yeah.
stop her from
Even
doing what
without
she
that
wanted
power,
to do.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
For me,
exactly.
that part is cool. That's why, that's what I'm saying. Like the story was great. Like
Yeah.
as in a sense, like because everything, like that's what I'm saying. Like the setting, the story was great. Like the characters, like personality was there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like exactly, like because like that, I thought that part was really cool. Like it was shown that when she was a kid, she was always reckless. She was the type that always get injured, but always stood back up. Right?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what
exactly. Yeah,
people
yeah,
said, and that's amazing. Don't get me wrong. That part was not boring.
yeah. I
The
actually like
rest of
that
the
part.
portrayal of when she is in the main focus and the bad guy when they're the main focus is just boring and bland.
Yeah,
That's what I felt really regretful. You know what I mean? Could have been great. It had everything. Just that main meat wasn't there. It makes you go like, what?
It-
Why?
it's kind of funny how in this movie the human
Yeah.
parts are more interesting than the superhero
See,
parts.
that's what I'm saying. The human parts are great. Like, especially like right now, the enemy is Shapeshifter 2, right?
Yeah.
How it goes into how they, like the Havana thing, like, and they brought it up at the end too. I thought that was brilliant. I was like, fuck, this is amazing. Like, this is awesome. But why? You know?
It is what it is, I guess. I don't know if it's like studio meddling or just a bad
Yeah.
script or whatever. But
Yeah, I just felt bad. It's yeah, it could have been a really good movie. I think.
yeah, I mean, it's okay. I think it's okay at best. It's fair. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. For
Okay.
me, it could have been great. That's my
Yeah, it could have been.
point.
I mean, that
Yeah.
you can say that for the same for like Thor and Hulk. It could have been better.
No, the thing is, like, for that, you need a lot of change. Like, you need to tweak a little bit here and there. There's a lot of, uh, a weird part in the movie that you just go like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that kind of thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And like the settings and the side character, it's just bad. Like in Thor and Hulk. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just you just go like, well, that's just everything was just a mess on that one.
Mm,
Honestly speaking,
I
in
see.
this one, the setting was great. The effort they put onto the backgrounds, the side characters, and everything was great.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
story, the character behind the portrayal, like the backside of the was great too.
yeah.
The twist at the end, how they were actually the bad guy and whatever, that was great too. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's just the portrayal of the main protagonist and the antagonist just sucked. If they could make that better, this movie would have been great. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, missed opportunity, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
But they have a chance to fix it in the sequel, right? So it's not all
I
lost.
don't know. The thing is, like now, some how do I say this? Expectations already lost. you know.
We'll see.
I'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Going on to our next segment, which is the
Mhm.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about let's just talk about the bad guys, the Kree, so to speak. I felt
Okay. Straight to the
they
antagonist. All right.
yeah, they did nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's all
They're
I can say.
meaningless.
They're meaningless. Yeah, they did nothing. They got easily
They pose no
destroyed.
threat. They do. They're what? What do they do?
They're not even. They didn't feel like a threat at all.
Yeah.
They just got their ass whooped like there's no
It's
tomorrow.
just no for me. Like yeah, they just get their ass whooped. And another one is like instead of a threat, they just felt like they're an asshole.
Yeah, that's what
They
it is.
just killing people unarmed.
Yeah, that's
It's
what it
like
is.
that's what they do. And then why? Because they don't want to listen to our rule. Like,
I
okay,
mean,
you guys just assholes then, right?
well, the dictatorship thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you just go like, well, what the hell? That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why are they killing the Skrulls
that
when
yeah.
there's a bunch of other alien species that wouldn't probably go under their control? Is it because they live in the same sector or some shit?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's lousy.
What do you mean?
It just sucked. Like that's what I'm saying. They're not a threat. They didn't do anything. Whatever they do, there's just why don't they do that? I'm like, I don't know. I guess they're like bullying the weak. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
I think this is the problem that I have with like modern female led movies is like
Okay.
there's no real threat to them, you know? Like everything they do is
Oh,
just according to plan. Everything they do
are
is just
you
like
are you trying to say
smooth.
to make it like to make the lead more badass? They make the enemy just that incompetent kind of thing.
I think so. I'm not sure. Because if you watch the
For
older
me, I don't know.
movies, if you watch
Yeah.
the older movies like Aliens and Terminator,
Yeah.
those female lead characters struggle throughout the movie.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell.
Yeah.
Ripley was like, oh shit, why do you think Ripley's like the fucking most badass female
Yeah,
character in
exactly. Like
existence?
she struggled, and in the end,
Yeah,
she was able to
they
win because
bled.
you root for her to win, right?
Exactly. They fought. She clawed her way for survival. That's why we just clap our hand, and be like, well, that's a female protagonist.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Like even at the very end, she didn't
Yeah.
like she barely just made it out
Yeah.
alive. But here, Captain Marvel was just like zap zip, and then like everyone's got
Yeah.
deleted.
Shit laser. Everybody got blown away. Oh. Locked door. Laser beam at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's just like.
Yeah, like I get it. Like you want like this female lead character is super strong and all that, and I get it. I get it. But at the same time, it's like there's no real struggle. There's no real
For
like
me, it almost
story.
felt like when she did that, when she did the laser beam at the door, and it just felt, vain. Like it made me feel go like, what the fuck, lady? Just then let Nick do his thing again. It's cooler that way.
Yeah,
Because what he
what
does
he
is
did
like a
was
very spy
cool.
thing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a spy thing. It shows that his background was he was all this thing, and then he's doing all this super spy thing, right?
yeah,
He paid attention that the guy was like touching with his thumb to the thing for the fingerprints, and he just used that's a very spy thing, and that was amazing. That's what I'm saying, right?
yeah.
The detail they got on that was like amazing. The side characters like whew to the dot. Just the bad guys, the antagon, the protagonist just sucked balls. Ah,
It's just what it is, you know.
I know.
And then so the Kree's
Okay,
big
so
boss.
so the Krees, I think I remember you saying something about like the Krees supposed to all have blue skins. Is that just the way it is, or
I have no idea. there are some people with human skin and there's other people with like blue skins. I don't
Or
know which
just
is
their CG
which.
stuff just didn't work. Which one is this?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the actors. Like I don't want
Oh,
blue. I don't
question.
want blue skin painted on me. I guess I
Pull
don't
up,
know.
pull up, pull up. But if I don't know, this is just my thought. Like if all Krees are blue and Captain Marvel was
Yeah.
the only one that's white,
Yeah.
won't she be like, "Hey, hold up, am I adopted?" kind of thing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they could easily explain, "Oh, we just found you on some unknown planet, and then we just came to fix you up."
But I thought they kind of mentioned it that she's a Kree though.
I don't think she's Cree by um, indoctrination. I guess that's the right word to call it. Like, you know what I
Maybe,
mean?
maybe.
Yeah, like they took her in, and then she became a Cree. I guess
I see.
if she
All right.
wasn't born a Cree. I don't know. I really
Okay.
don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the movie, to be quite honest.
Well, yeah. That's my kind of like a boy anyway. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Moving on to the head honcho, the Supreme Intelligence, which I thought was kind of like, eh. I didn't like, eh. I didn't get what the like her powers are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know because I think the concept of showing like the most respected people,
Hmm.
the person in your mind,
Yeah.
was a very cool concept though.
Yes.
I honestly don't care what power they have and whatever, but to have that to project your being as someone else's how perceived stuff is a fucking great idea. I think.
It is. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like that whole sequence where like she was being tossed and then like all the memories are being shown. I think that was pretty cool.
For me, I don't know. Like the one when she just started shooting beam. Why beam again? I don't know, but
Yeah, that's
I thought
something.
that the beam was lousy.
Yeah,
Like,
the beam.
come
Yeah,
on,
that
why
part was
beam
lousy.
again?
But like that psychological bit before that
Yeah, the
beam battle.
psychological bit was great.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I like
saying.
that.
Like, oh, it's cute how you try. I'm like, yeah, that's good.
They should have had more of that stuff instead of generic
Yeah,
hero beam.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I think at that moment too, like the supreme being thing was doing a mental attack, right?
I think so. Or trying to. Trying
Yeah,
to.
because that's the thing, right? Because that's what it is. Like she attack like the supreme being attack the people with like psychological attack to make them obey, right?
Yeah.
To break their mind, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know why the beams start going.
Because it's a easier representation of how Carol's gonna
Power,
overpower
whatever.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. I mean, just it is what it is.
Yeah.
uh, I mean, that's all I can say about the bad guys. They're just kind of just there.
Yeah, they're just meh.
Okay, now going on to your favorite people, Talos and the Scrolls.
Yes, the scrolls.
I like
I don't know. I just like them.
yeah, I like Talos's characterization in this movie.
Yeah.
He's very
I like
yeah.
I like his interaction with everybody. Just like even with the science dude, even with the Carol herself, with everybody, just like it's like she's like he's talking to a kid. It's like, okay, listen. This is what is happening. This is that. No, 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 that's not what. Listen. It's like how. Yeah, I don't know. I just love this character. Like, oh my god. Like he showed that expression a couple of times. He didn't say it, but you could see the exasperation from his like, just body language, and I thought that was great.
It's because that's how you would act in that situation.
Of
That character
course,
is you.
because I'll be like, why aren't you listening? Like, which part of all this doesn't make sense? Think.
That's how exactly you would act. And then
Maybe.
the scroll,
Maybe.
like as you mentioned before, like too bad we didn't get to see more the shape shifting abilities.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like another thing that I like about them was that actually their ability, the shapeshifting,
Yeah.
and a couple of times they use it very well too, right?
Mm.
Surprisingly, because we know how it is with Loki too, with shapeshifting and illusion, they didn't really use it, but this time they actually, like use it in a crowd, switch, and then kind of sometimes they switch again purposely in front just to like, yeah, well, I'm switching in front of you. What you gonna do about it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then go back to a human crowd and then just disappear. Ooh, I thought that was a good execution. Couple of times, super deception. The whole time we thought it was Nick and his partner. Turns out it was. I thought that was great.
Right.
And with the boss too. Oh yeah, that was great too. Ooh.
But
Yes.
as you said, I think you said while we're watching the movie, like
Hmm.
they could have done more with it. They
Yeah.
could have made it
Yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah. They could because the thing about morphing and like illusion and whatnot is like it's about deceiving, right?
Yeah.
There's always like a smarter way to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is like for their records with illusion and shape shifting, I think this is the best they've done.
I think so.
Yeah, and I'll give it a passing test. Like, yeah, it's great. You do the basic of like what you call it, like diversion, trickery, and stuff with shape shifting. I thought that was great. Information, what you call it, uh, like falsifying and just like false positive bullshit. I thought that was great.
I think it just came down to budget, maybe. Like they couldn't just afford to.
Yeah, I mean, the
Stuff.
thing's like even if they don't do like super flashy stuff too, just by like switching that, being in the middle of the crowd, like just to break off like the chase, that was enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Mhm.
was good enough. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the best they've done, and they use it the way shapeshifting is supposed to be used, right?
yeah.
And I thought that was good enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, why is the side characters this good?
I mean, yeah. I really do like their characters in this one
Yeah,
and their
like the
motivations.
interaction was just very raw. You know what I mean? It's just pleasing.
Okay, let's talk to Captain Marvel's best friend, Monica. Even though she didn't have a big role in the film, she did have a
Yeah.
pretty good part in it.
Yeah. Again, I also mentioned this when I was watching because I just had to go, wow. Uh, I think that was at the moment when she came back, right? And they had this one-to-one talk, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she was explaining how like, oh, that's hard. Well, imagine losing your best friend and whatnot. And she was like recalling all of her like saddest moment probably in her life even.
Yeah.
And as she explained it to you, you could see it that her eyes were shaking, you could see the vexation in her face, like the agitation, like you could see her like you could even hear her voice was like shaking and stuff, like you could see in her body language it was done so well. I'm like, holy crap, she's this is what I said, isn't it? I
Yeah,
was like,
like
wow, she's acting better than than Captain Marvel
yeah,
herself.
you were drawn into that scene. You're like really
Yeah,
invested in that one,
I was
which
like,
is
holy
good.
crap, that was a good acting. Like, holy crap.
It worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, she didn't get a big role. And what I found weird was that the daughter was pushing her mom, Monica, to go into space to fight aliens. And
That one I thought that was pretty fucked up. I honestly thought that was really fucked up.
it's like, hey mom, instead of staying here and being safe, I want you to go to
Yeah,
space and sacrifice your life for just
it's
because it's
kind
a
of like
cool
this.
mission.
Oh yeah, instead of like spending the time here with me in the safety of our house, why don't you go to space and risk your life and die in the space and make me grow up motherless?
Yeah,
Like
because it's a
what the
cool
hell, kid?
mission. It's the mission
Like
of all missions.
that's fucked up.
That's a superhero film for you.
That's messed up.
Yeah, and you
I
know
thought
what?
I'm a psychopath
Yeah, you know what else messed up is that Captain Marvel was just kind of just I
and
mean,
thumb up
your
too. I'm
daughter's
like, yeah, I
right.
agree.
Yeah,
Yep, that's right.
your daughter has a
Go-
point. I was like, does she though?
Exactly. Yep. Hey, she said she'd rather grow up motherless, so
Wish
and
granted.
fatherless too, by the way it seems.
Ay, ay,
Oh
ay.
dear, that is messed up.
But otherwise, I do like their interaction with each other. Like it feels
Yeah.
like they're best friends.
Yes, I agree. It's almost felt like their family. Like they're that
Yeah,
close. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They're
Even at
very
the
close
end,
knitted.
even at the end where Talos was eating dinner with them, it still
Hmm.
felt like they were like friends for a long time with everybody
Yeah.
there. It's kind of weird, but it just
Yeah.
fits.
It felt very homely, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. It felt because I was like thinking too. Yeah, it felt really comfortable because
Mhm.
with the aliens there, they were just like eating normally. It's like like their neighbor for a while and just got called for dinner. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Exactly like that. I'm like, yeah. But then the thing is, like, I can understand that from the scroll point of view
Mm.
because the scroll was kind of like at least the Talos
Yeah.
had that personality, right? Almost like outgoing, like willing to reach out to other kind of thing.
Yes.
And I could see it if it's like that they could do that, like it would make sense.
Well, because his race is dying and
Yeah,
and they just want to run away and find peace in another planet.
that's the thing, right? But at the same time, even with that, he's a guy that would like I really need to find this place. Like they're willing to walk it out even when there's like pointed at like a gun at them. Of course they they're willing to talk it out. They're like peaceful in nature. Like you could see it from their previous interaction.
Yeah.
So
Which is interesting because
mhm.
Skrulls aren't exactly the nicest people in the comic books. They're kind of the opposite.
Yeah, probably. I mean, with shape shifting as their capability, I wouldn't think they'd be good people either.
Yeah, because not only do they have a war with the Kree, which is accurate somewhat, in the comic books, the Skrulls actually slowly took over Earth. And it was a big
Oh,
comic book event. And then people were just like,
oh.
oh shit, I don't know if you're the real hero or if you're just a Skrull imitation. We don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was like an invasion of the Skrulls, which was like a pretty big comic book event, which they're gonna
Yeah.
actually do later on.
Oh, they would.
Yeah,
Interesting.
as a TV show. But the thing is, because of the way they portrayed the Skrulls in this movie
Yeah,
as like the good
super friendly
guys,
and peaceful.
yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna be like a
Yeah.
few bad eggs, or they're just gonna decide to betray
Uh,
everyone? Only time will tell, I suppose.
yeah. Yeah, that's something that we gotta watch too later.
Okay. Moving on
Hmm?
to your boy, your man, your main man, Nicholas. Was it Joshua Fury
No, was it Joshua?
or Jack? I think it was
No, it's
Joshua.
not Jack.
I think it was Joshua. I think
Probably.
I think his middle name is Joshua is because of his pulp fiction role.
Ah,
Biblical reference.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Okay. Anyways, Nick
Yeah.
Fury, aka, oh sorry, Samuel L. Jackson, aka Nick Fury, or Nick Fury, aka Samuel L. Jackson.
Either or.
Yeah, they're one and the same character.
Pretty much.
So as we mentioned, the de-aging technology in this movie was pretty well
Yeah.
done. Like I couldn't even tell that was CGI'd.
For me personally, I couldn't like I wasn't even thinking about it. Like I didn't find it weird.
Yeah, it looked
I was just like,
normal.
okay. Oh, it's a young Nick Fury. All right. I just let it pass. Like I didn't even think like, wait, hold up, what the hell? Until you mention it. Like, how is the de-aging thing? Like, well, what do you mean de-aging? Yeah, they look younger, right? I'm like, hold on. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really well done. However,
Yeah.
however,
Mhm.
I will say this is that even though you can de-age Nick Fury's face, you can't de-age his movements.
Yeah.
There are some times where you're just like, oh, that's an old man, you know?
Yeah. Alex was like, ooh, look at him when he was picking the cat,
Yeah.
Goose. And he stood up like a 60-year-old. You saw that, and I was laughing uncontrollably.
Because you saw it too. You're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's an old man getting up.
That's an old man standing up from kneeing.
I mean, there's nothing
Yeah.
like the way he runs too is very like old.
Yeah, very subdued.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't want him to break a hip or something.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like,
Yeah.
would you rather
And
have?
even at the end part too, when typing Avenger, he was typing with one finger. And I was like, well, that's an old man typing.
I mean, I guess that part makes sense because the internet was still kind of, or computers were still kind of new, so not everyone had proper typing
Yeah,
skills.
I know. It's uh
But I will ask you this though: is like, would
yes.
you rather have a de-aged actor through CGI, or would you
Hmm?
just hire someone who kind of looks like him and just portray Nick Fury like that?
Oh no, I'd rather de-age him. I don't care if the body is like, he's walking like an old man.
Yeah.
Because it's the small minute demeanor that makes a character, I think.
But can't they hire a younger actor to just do the body movements and then just put Sam Jackson's face on him?
Do you know how hard it is to like feel natural, like copying someone's movement? I think it's harder than just acting, you know what I mean? Because people have habits, right? Like small habits of doing something, the way they stand, the way they approach someone when they're talking.
Yeah, but it's not like they
Like,
can't get Nick Fury or Sam Jackson to help them out with those movements. You know, he's there on set.
yeah, but a lot of the time, he don't really realize doing that. It's not like he consciously doing that, right? When they're doing something.
Yeah.
It's almost like a signature movement kind of thing. Like when he's, Samuel Jackson, something would stand would be like, left shoulder forward, looking at someone to the left, and then as he move forward, you could see kind of like sway his like right shoulder to forward kind of thing. Like those kind of movement, and that makes you go like, I don't know.
I don't know whether to be impressed that you
Mm.
are very observant or scared that you're very observant because you sound like a serial killer, just like taking notes on your victims' movements.
Sorry, I thought we've been through this.
I
I thought we've been through this conversation before.
Okay, so there you go. We have our answer right there.
Oh, so you thought I was joking whenever I said I might have a little bit psychopathic tendency?
Okay, I knew you were crazy, but I didn't think you were insane, Bashka. That's the difference.
Bird of the same feather.
Yeah. Oh, Coulson though.
Yeah,
I wish we got to see a little bit more Coulson. His it was like a little small cameo.
a little bit,
Yeah.
and then couple. Yeah, the thing is like that's what he does, right? He only do like small things here and there in each movie, even at the part where he was like a main factor as a motivator kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always only have a small part, so I'm kind of glad at the amount of part he has. The thing is like he also has a one big moment every time they do stuff, right? Every time he appears in a movie,
Yeah.
he had like this one liner or a certain action that he does to make everybody just love him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he does that too. He's like, nope, they're not in this floor, like those kind of thing, or like, sir, I'm still in the blockbuster. Where everybody go? Like those kind of stuff. I thought, yeah, I thought that was great. So
Yeah, actually, not gonna lie, he did sound like a really like young rookie when he was just like, "I'm at
yeah,
the Blockbuster, come pick me up." Okay, moving on to your favorite character of all time, the greatest character of all time, the powerful, ever lovable Captain Marvel.
no, I thought you were gonna say the cat.
Oh, no, but Captain Marvel, and it's
Uh,
kind of interesting.
the thing is, like, she's more interesting background than whatever it is that she's doing on screen.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like the stuff that she does without speaking, like when it's the flashback of whatever,
Yeah,
that portrayal feels way better. It
yeah,
kind of gives me an understanding of her character more than when I guess I kind of understand when you start saying that. Oh yeah, maybe they had to rewrite the script a couple of times, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because that mismatch felt like very real. You know what I mean? You're like it's hard to tell her character if you just watch the thing without the flashbacks. You know what I'm saying? You don't know anything in the flashbacks, and like whether be it like when a kid when she got injured or whatever. Like all these, especially the picture when like she got injured or like fell and she keeps standing back up. Right? That's like probably the most what do you call it? The main factor of what makes her her. Right? But that was all done wordless, right? It was just portrayed like that, and that's making you go like, that's a good part. That's a good part. But what the hell's the rest of that?
I think the problem with I think Marvel heroes now is like everyone has to have like a quippy, arrogance ish like
Because when they did it in the beginning, it worked out well, so they have to do it every time now.
yeah, right. Like the only like Thor's kind of like that now. Iron Man's like this.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel.
because things like Iron Man is that just that he does that
Yeah, that's
since the
his
day
thing.
one, right?
Yeah, that's his thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess they noticed that people love Iron Man because of his sarcastic and very the creepy personality, I guess. And then it's like, okay, let's make everybody do it.
Yeah, but it's
The first
boring.
couple of time it's funny,
Yeah.
but then sometimes it just came out of like it just broke character, right?
Uh, yeah, it just feels like too same-ish, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how would you change her character then? Like, would you make her like the silent, strong type?
I don't know about silent strong type, but I want to say make her struggle more.
Yeah, definitely make her struggle more. But
Yeah, I want her to struggle more. I want her to because this feels like again like no threat, no struggle. Like everything she does, she just
yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
so this thing's been controlling me the whole time. Let me just pull it out with no problem at all and just kick everybody ass. What?
I mean, she did had a little bit of that struggle, but they didn't show it enough to make it.
That's not a
Yeah.
struggle. Come on, compared to like, that's not even compared to like other movies. Just like as in
Okay.
like another franchise, whatever. Let's compare it to just like the past movie that we watch. Okay, Thor when he struggled against what's her name? Hera, was it?
Oh, hella.
His sister, Hela.
Yeah.
He got destroyed.
Oh yeah. He lost an
Right?
eye. He lost his
That was a
hammer.
struggle.
Yeah.
When he was fighting Thanos, he got destroyed.
Yeah.
That was struggle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Iron Man when they were fighting, armor got like broken to pieces. That was a struggle.
Yes, exactly. This
Captain
one.
America getting kicked in the ass a couple of times, still stood back up, explosion and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a struggle. What did she do? Got tied up, got hypnotized, start breaking free. Yeah, I'm Super Saiyan 2 now. What? That ain't no struggle, boy.
Yeah. Not only that, but she was able to just destroy those nukes or warheads or whatever.
Yeah, there's like no issue whatsoever.
Yeah. Not even
Like, oh, she's falling, yeah, from orbit. Oh, she's gonna hit the crash the ground. Oh, her eye shines. Not a problem anymore. Okay, moving on.
yeah, everything just came to her naturally, you know.
Exactly. It's like it's almost worse than Japanese main character syndrome, where everything just goes the way they want.
Yeah, like they just
But they still
superpower
struggle,
ass
right?
pull.
In
Yeah, they
this one,
pull.
they don't even struggle. So,
Yeah, exactly. They just pull a superpower out of their ass because they can.
yeah.
Like, oh, I just unlocked the new abilities. Why? Because friendship. In this case, it's just because Marvel said I can.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Uh,
Yeah, but okay. So as we mentioned, we want to like this movie. We do,
no,
and
for me, that's the thing. For me, I do. I do like this movie. I just felt that it could have been great
yeah,
if only this main meat, which is the antagonist and the protagonist, got fleshed out real well, portrayed real well.
yeah.
They don't. That's the shitty part.
I think
Because
I'm starting to think it's rewrites or something. Something to do with
maybe, but the
studio
thing's like they
meddling.
got everything so good. Like again, the best friend was good. Nick Fury was great.
Yeah,
The scroll was like amazing.
yeah.
The setting was great. Like the color usage, the lighting, the music, just everything was great. It's just the main big portion, which is the antagonist and the protagonist. I've been repeating this. This is how much I fucking hate that part. I just felt it so close. Like it could have been so great.
So close.
Yeah, it's just so close.
Okay. Um. Okay. As we move on to the next second, I guess the nitpicks. I think we mentioned most of our nitpicks.
Oh yeah, I couldn't hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. Is there anything else that there was a nitpick that you didn't mention? Oh, the
Yes,
power inconsistency.
yes, power inconsistency.
Yes. So what do you mean by that? Explain to our
Well,
audience.
this happened way too often too with this series, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Okay, well, just in this movie, like again, she could blast through metal doors with just with a blast, right?
Yeah.
But when she shoot it at someone, they just got blown away.
No. No.
Is that guy tougher than a steel door? Is
I
that
guess.
what you're saying?
Not only that, but his clothes, nothing. Nothing is
Yeah.
burned. Nothing is
Nothing,
scarred.
burned, nothing. You just the guy just stood back. Like, okay, that was an air blast. Okay, moving on. Like,
Right.
dude, because we also had like a small argument about like I was like when I was nitpicking this in the movie, you were like, oh yeah, well people would probably just say that she doesn't know how to control the power, right?
Mhm.
But then here's the thing, I also said that if let's just say you've been an adversary and it's trying to kill you, right? And you have a power you don't know how to control. So the choice is either you shoot like from the meters like 1 to 100, would you shoot 1 or 100, right? Maybe because you don't know how to control it, right?
Yeah.
There's an enemy trying to kill you. Would you shoot a 1? Hell no. You shoot 100. You shoot to kill, to to clear the obstacle, right? To clear the threat.
What if it was like a baby dragon learning how to use the fire for the first time?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like when you do that, would you just like burp a fire, or would you like take a deepest breath in your lung and try to breathe it out? You're faced with death here, by the way. A person that could kill you. Would you not do whatever you had to do to, live? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, you would.
But
Oh,
but then as I saying this out, something popped up to my head. The answer. You wanna know what?
what was that?
There was never a threat to begin with.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Like, what does that have to do with the photon blast being like
Well, that's
inconsistent?
the thing, right? Because I'm saying like if there's a threat that's trying to hit you, and then you trying to hit it back, right? Would you hit with 1 or 100, right?
Yeah.
Of course, the bigger the threat is, the more you want to get rid of it, right? So the
Yes.
more power you would use.
Oh,
But
I
if there's no
see.
threat to begin with,
Yeah, I see.
I guess whatever it is, right? Just go away.
Yeah, I see. Okay, okay. I got you now. I got you now. So you're
Yeah.
saying she just saw them like ants and just like flicked them off the
Pretty much
table.
just play around with it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what comes across to me anyway at this point.
I mean, when she like unlocked her full powers at the end, she realized like she's super strong and powerful, and she didn't give a crap about anyone else or like the enemy. Like she just did whatever she wanted.
Hasn't she been kind of doing that the whole time?
A little bit, but but even then, she knew her limitations. But then at the end of the movie, she realized there was no limit, there was no barrier. She just put that on herself, or the whatever that supreme intelligence did. Like it was like
Yeah,
a mental block kind of thing.
but yeah, but that's like at the end that when she unlocked her power, whatever. But the thing is, like the whole time when she still had that chip on, even when she was in the in the ship upside down, she broke free and then shoot all this laser beam to like this solar whatever
Yeah.
to all this scrolls. They got blown away just left and right. They stood back up, they got blown away again, and then at the same scene, but that it was with Nick Fury, right? With the door, she just blasts through and make a visible hole on a door, like what? And she doesn't look like she's struggling either. She's like, oh, poop. Oh, yeah, I know I could do that. She had that carefree feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I guess she do know how to control it,
I guess in some ways,
doesn't
yeah.
she?
She has to be.
So yeah, then yeah, I guess you just don't see them as a threat, and they just want to play around. I guess bullying the weak.
Well, it is, as you said, Cree nature to do that.
Yeah,
So if it's a character, supposedly.
I guess.
Okay, so overall, does this
Uh,
movie? Okay, first off, does this movie hold up to you?
No.
Why would you say that? It felt aged.
Not felt age. Just a story where the main character and the main antagonist doesn't shine is not a story worth watching. Is what I'm saying. Doesn't matter the age.
Oh no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking if
Uh,
I'm asking if this movie is a. If you were to watch this movie now, does it fit the time period?
Like, what do you mean? Are you talking about like the CG and the rest
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
whatever?
exactly. It's more of the aesthetic and visually.
Well, if it's aesthetic visually, probably. I mean,
I would.
I
Yeah.
don't think it has changed at all for the past
Oh, actually, this
5,
movie came out
10
2
years,
years.
has
Yeah.
it?
Oh, actually, I can't really ask that question because this movie came out 2 years ago. So
Yeah,
it's still pretty recent.
because it's really recent.
Yeah.
But even then, like the movie like Thor, Thor 3. That the space and the building and whatever. I think there's even more there in Thor, right, than in this movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, with CG, but alien buildings and whatever, right?
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean,
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that question instead.
yeah.
Did the time period feel right? Did it feel? Did it give you like 90 vibes?
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like an old movie feeling kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah. It did. It actually
Probably
did.
not. No.
Yeah,
I think
like
old movie were better.
oh no, I mean like
I know the looks, right?
yeah. Like I don't know,
No.
like when the
I think the thing is like for like in this part, I think the usage of CG, like especially like power,
yeah
like I thought like her solar power thing, was it solar? I don't know.
photon.
But like when she shoot like a higher density power, it turns white, while less it's red. I thought that was really cool, and how subtle it was used. It was beautifully drawn, that's for sure.
Okay.
And like the decloaking was really cool.
Yeah,
The de-aging, of course, that's out of this world.
yeah.
Yeah, so definitely.
And of course, your final score.
Uh,
Wait, hold on. Before you give your score, can I predict what you're gonna give it?
yeah.
I think you're gonna give it a 5.
Oh shit. Because I was thinking of like 5 or 4. And the thing is, like, I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna give it a 5. And I'm like, oh, maybe is it a 4? And then you're like, let me predict, is it 5? I'm like, maybe I have to go to 4 just for that.
Well, okay, here's the thing. 5 is like is watchable, but you wouldn't go out of your way to watch it. Like if it was like for free, you would watch it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess that's the way it is. Because
4,
I
like
wouldn't
you wouldn't
watch
even
it.
bother.
I wouldn't go to cinema and watch this movie.
Yeah, but
Again,
we did.
That's for sure.
But we did.
I know we did. For the beloved podcast, you know what I'm saying? The things we do for
Yeah.
love.
But okay,
But yeah, what I was saying.
we knew we were gonna do the podcast 2 years in advance, so
Yeah.
we watched it back
right.
then. Yeah, for me, I
yeah.
think yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna give it a 5-ish. I would give it around a 6 for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know that you give a lot of movie around the 6 too, right?
No, not really. When's the last movie I gave a 6?
No, a lot of them were like 7s.
Yeah, usually 7s.
Yeah.
So I think for me, like, okay, so a 7 to me would be like I would watch that movie in the theaters at full price,
Mhm.
like no problem, depending on who I go with. A 6, a 6 would be like I would watch this movie only if it's discounted at the theaters. So based on that, like, yeah, I would give this movie a 6. Like, I would be down to watch this movie in the theater. It was like discounted.
No, I wouldn't. I think it'll be a waste of time.
I thought it wasn't that.
Because the thing is, like, no, it wasn't bad. Like, that's the thing. For me, this movie could have been like an 8.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, for sure.
It could have been an 8. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm giving it a 5 because the main meat of the story wasn't there.
It definitely had potential to be.
Definitely, everything else was great. Everything else was great. That's I'm that this is why I'm like really really frustrated right now. Everything else was great. Like they nailed everything. Just why?
Mhm. But
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
I don't like. Okay, like okay, would you change how? What would you change? Just the protagonist and the antagonist. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. The way they portray it, they have to portray it better. I don't know how, but they have to.
Okay. I mean, again, this is our speculation. Maybe it's just
Yeah,
too many rewrites, and they just couldn't.
they just messed up the whole mesh together or whatever. But
Yeah, they Frankenstein this script, and then it just kind of like flip floppy a little bit. But it.
that imagery sits so well, it bothers me.
What do you mean? Like they're just like, oh, we have to.
Frankensteining, and I'm like, oh shit, oh no.
Because actually, if
Like,
you
I could see it happening too. I'm like, oh no.
because if you watch the credits, you see that it was written by two people, right? So maybe that's why there's two writers there.
Yeah,
I don't know, but again, it's
yeah.
just
And then the thing is, like, it may not just end with like from one hand to another. It could be from one hand to another and then back. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly. Like how much of it was actually them writing it versus like
Yeah.
studio meddling and
Right. There's
producers
that too.
meddling and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Everything else was great. It's just the main character and the antagonist suck balls.
Again,
And
is
that's
this
probably like the eighth time I said it too. So.
yeah. I
But
mean,
this is just preference, right?
yeah, preference and also our speculation of
Yeah.
what happened
Our
behind the
opinions and
scenes.
speculation.
Yeah.
We don't know what happening.
Yeah. So, would you watch this in a MCU marathon? No, for sure not.
Well, no, but
I would skip
I
it.
mean, honestly, no. I guess you don't need to watch it, right?
No, not really. No.
Because you don't need to know why she got her power. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Now you actually
But I
remind me
guess
of
she
something.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Is
no,
it
no, because the
Tesseract though?
yes, exactly. We forgot to talk about the Tesseract. Okay,
Yeah.
again, it's used as a battery. Not only as a battery to power up a ship, but a battery to power up Captain Marvel's abilities. What the fuck, man? What is up with this shit?
Battery man. Tesseract's a battery. Legit.
Not only that, but like it gave Captain Marvel powers, but it didn't give like Red Skull any powers.
Yeah. It didn't give the cat any powers to. It swallowed it whole. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it didn't give Loki any powers. It didn't give Thanos any extra powers. Like what the heck?
I got a feeling it's sexist. Just give power to female.
Yeah, I don't know. They never well, I guess I'm glad they never explained it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of just like, why is she the only one that got powers and no one else? It's because like
Because it exploded in front of her. That's it. It's not even the Tesseract that exploded. It was something else, right?
no, something else. Yeah, but then like remember all those Nazi vehicles that was powered by the
Right.
Tesseract and
Yeah.
Captain America?
Those exploded left and right too, right?
Yeah. You would think there's a super soldier Nazi out there with Tesseract powers.
Yeah. Captain Nazi. Oh no.
Yeah. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways,
Yes.
what was our final segment here? Final scores,
Final
marathon.
scores, yeah.
Marathon, yeah. Yeah, I honestly, the only reason why you would want to watch this movie is because of the post-credit scenes.
Yeah. No, seriously. Just YouTube the post credit and then all is good.
Yeah.
Because
Because
that's the only connection it made.
yeah.
That the pager connects to Captain Marvel. That's it. Then.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the another thing about the pager.
Yeah.
He didn't use it for Avengers 1, he didn't use it for Avengers 2. Right?
Because I guess that wasn't a threat.
Yeah, she said emergencies only. So
I guess
alien
Loki
invasion,
wasn't an
no
emergency.
problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Avengers 2, Ultron dropping a giant fucking meteor on the from the sky, no problem.
Not a problem.
Yeah. Oh shit, Thanos snapping half of us, and it's too late to react. Sure, call Captain Marvel.
No. You're missing a stage. Oh, Thanos came invading and collecting all the power stones? No, not a threat. Oh, he snaps? Oh, that's a threat. Let's call him now when it's too late.
Okay, but to be fair, I don't think Nick Fury knew that Thanos invaded Earth at that time.
Yes, because it was in Wakanda, right?
Yeah, it was in Wakanda, and I don't.
But shouldn't he be like alerted though? Because Shield and whatnot? No.
No, Shield's disbanded. Remember? Ever since
Oh right,
ever
that's right.
since
That's right. That's
Winter
right.
Soldier, there's no more Shield.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I thought he should have rebuilt. To be honest, he should rebuild Shield.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
It is what it is.
Well, at least he managed to press the button, so that's good.
Yeah. I mean, this movie was just This, I don't know. I felt
We
like this
fell
movie
asleep
is.
twice. Okay.
This movie feels like unnecessary, almost.
Yeah. Alex definitely had a vendetta about it.
You know who else really hates this movie? Lady A. She hates this movie.
Well, I agree. I can tell.
Which is kind of ironic because she loves Black Widow but hates this movie.
Why? How is it ironic? Explain it to me.
Because I feel like it's Black Widow is like what this movie could have been, if that makes sense.
I never watched Black Widow, so I don't know. I can't
Oh,
tell.
I see. But Black Widow is like done slightly better. It's not that much better. Again,
Hold up, what do you mean?
it's the modern female movie syndrome, which is like there's no struggle in that movie. I didn't feel like any
Oh,
of them
really?
struggled. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe when we watch it,
just-
you'll see. But
You
I didn't
just
feel like
you just killed my motivation to watch that movie.
there's no threat. Honestly, I didn't feel like there's any threat to it, or there's no like threat or danger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no struggle.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyways, we're rambling, or I'm rambling. Okay. Final thoughts on those movies.
I've said it all.
Okay. Pretty much, we said it all.
I'm burnt out.
Okay. I really wish they just, instead of having this movie, just showed us Endgame, because everyone wants to watch Endgame. We don't need to watch this movie.
True, that is true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if this movie is just like like a time buying for Endgame.
Oh yeah, for sure it is.
Because the thing is, like, I know Endgame is a big project and they work really hard for it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, for CG and whatever, I think there's less in this movie, right?
Maybe.
Compared to like Thor or whatever, as I mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah.
Because I think most were like shot on Earth, like Earth background, like the house and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. The thing is, they recorded Infinity War and Endgame at the same time, so I don't think that's the real reason. I think they just want to spread it out because they want to make as much money as they can.
Maybe. I mean, they can. They're in the rise, so a flop would be forgiven. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. But like, whatever. Anyways, that's a Marvel. That's a Marvel thing, not our thing.
Right.
Okay. Final thoughts. I would say it's an okay movie at best.
Mhm.
And I would definitely skip this in a marathon.
Yeah.
Let's go straight to Endgame.
It could have been great. It could have been great.
Yep. Yeah. So that's all we have to say about that.
Yes.
Don't forget to follow us on our socials and medias and
And
YouTubes and
the
Twitch.
sort and the such.
Yeah.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram.
Even though I never
What else do we
update
have?
those things. Twitch, YouTube.
We do Twitch too.
We did a few times, remember?
All right, we did.
I
We
don't
should
know,
do
maybe-
that more often.
Yeah, we should.
Well, next
probably-
time.
Okay.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Bashka,
This is Alex.
and thank you for listening. See you guys next week.
Bye.